What is up, guys? I am back with another video, and it has been just under 100 days since I started using what I call the Mayweather method. And today I have a lot of interesting new developments to share with you guys, so I hope you guys stick around for that. First thing we're gonna be talking about is we have officially crossed $200 in profit, so we're gonna do a quick recap on the trades that allowed us to go from, I think, 197 to right now we're sitting at 229. Second, we're going to be talking about what our portfolio looks like right now. You know, what's doing well, what's not doing well, new news, and all that good jazz. And number three, we're going to be talking about a very, very important thing that I've yet to discuss since I've created this channel, which is scaling up my strategy, which I have recently done. I'm going to show you guys how that is working, what's the rationale behind that, and yeah, all that. So if you want to stay around for that, please just sit tight, you know, get comfortable, grab something to eat, whatever you want to do, and I'll see y'all in a second. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you know that I sold CoreWeave, which was my biggest position at the time, for $14.89, which brought my total profit to around $197. But since then, I have sold my position in SoFi Technologies and Tesla being my biggest position after CoreWeave. So now both of my top two are now going, and there's a new top dog in my portfolio. But I had $70 invested in SoFi. I made $16.84 on that, and then I had $145 invested in Tesla, and I sold that for $15.12, which brings my total profit to a now whopping $229.81. Not the biggest number, but I am very proud of that, considering we have started this strategy May 9th, a little bit under 100 days, and this is not a very aggressive strategy, so I would say it's working pretty well. Okay, interesting point on Tesla. You can see that I sold here at $160.12 was the sale. A little bit under $346 was the price at that time. It sank immediately, basically, after I sold. But I almost did not sell because I was being greedy. Oh, let me get an extra dollar here. Let me get an extra dollar there. And then all of a sudden, I look up, it's below 15. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, because it's not coming back. It just was not coming back above 15. I'm like, man, if I end up not selling this today because I wouldn't just take my 15, I'm like, bro, what is wrong with me? And then it just barely got over 15. I sold so fast I couldn't hit the buttons quick enough. I'm like, let me get my money in a run. I'm out of here. And then you can see immediately after, it just sank. So take that as a life lesson. That extra dollar is not make or break. Just stick to the strategy. Don't break it. I'm glad that I learned my lesson before it was too late, because this could have been me, and this could have been a completely different video, and I'd have been pissed. But thankfully, that was not the case. So sometimes it's gonna be a trade-off. Sometimes you're gonna make a few extra dollars. Sometimes you're gonna end up at $14.89, and then the next day or in the next hour, it's gonna go, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5% above what you was gonna say. I'm like, man, if I but no, forget it. Just forget it. Okay, and just think about, this could be you. I'm sure glad it wasn't me. What day was that? On Wednesday. I'm sure glad I'm not sitting down here on Saturday morning. So, moving on. Okay, so the portfolio is not looking too different, despite the fact that we've sold two of our best positions. United Health had a pretty good day, up 12% on Friday. Circle was also up 7%, even though that is now the worst stock in my portfolio. But United Health used to be the worst stock in my portfolio, but it is no longer, because obviously people are reacting to news that Berkshire Hathaway bought around 5 million shares of United Health. And that stake was valued at about $1.57 billion. So I did say in a previous video that in order for United Health to kind of bounce back from where it was, it would need some big news. And then fortunately, I got that news, and hopefully I can push to my my profit target and hit that pretty soon. But pretty much everything else looking pretty much the same. Hims and Hers Health Coinbase, a lot of those stocks down a few dollars, 8, 10, something like that. But you know, it's looking pretty similar, so I'm not gonna harp on this too much. All right, now to get into the last thing that I promised to talk about with you guys, which is how I am scaling up my strategy. So if you noticed, if you have a keen eye, you'll notice in the bottom left that I had a little bit more investing capital than I had in my previous video. And so that means that I am able to now scale up my strategy. But you might be thinking, Caleb, how are you gonna do that? Are you going to increase your profit target? Are you going to increase your base buys? How much you're going to increase it by? What's the rationale? And I'm gonna get into that right now. So instead of having around 3,500 as I did a few days ago, now I am investing 4,500, and so that means that I am now going to be, my base is going to be 6. When it's down 2 to 5%, I'll be buying $6 worth. When it's down 5 to 8%, I'll be buying $12 worth. When it's down 8 to 11%, I'll be buying $18 worth. And then when it is down 11+%, I'm going to be buying $24. Now, I don't mean if it's down 2 to 5%, I'm gonna buy $6, and then if it go down to 5 to 8, somewhere in between there, I'm gonna buy $12 more. No, I'm just gonna buy an additional 6. And my new profit target is going to be $18. Now, you are probably thinking, okay, are these numbers arbitrary? Like, how are you picking these numbers? What's the correlation between 3,500, 4,500, 5, 6, 15, 18? Like, what's with all that? Well, the rationale behind my whole strategy is that when I say, if you have been watching my videos, you know I was using 5, 10, 15, 20. My profit target was 15. So the whole idea behind it and where the safety comes from is that I am able to last throughout, let's say it was a big drawdown. Let's use April 9th, for an example. The tariff announcement came out, you know, stocks fell, was down for about a good month. Can my strategy handle something like that? Or even, let's go even more extreme, 2022, where things just wasn't doing hot, whatever. Can my strategy last long enough that I can keep buying the dips, right? Keep buying on the way down enough so that my average is decreasing low enough across my whole portfolio that I can catch the rebounds. And I have to be confident in that ratio, that I have enough buying power in order to make it through the worst of times. And I am confident that I have the right number. So that is the basis on which I am scaling up. If that's a little confusing, I'm sorry about that. You know, I don't know if I want to go into more detail, because really the proof comes from the success. So if it crashes and burns, maybe I'll go into more detail to explain why it didn't work, but I feel like that was a good enough explanation. Hopefully you tracking with me. Hopefully you understand. But if not, just drop a comment in the comment section, and I'll definitely go into more detail to explain if you have any questions. So that is what I am doing now. My investing capital is going to be rapidly increasing in the next month or two. So it's probably going to be increasing to 7 and 8 and 9. My profit target is also going to be increasing. And so that just allows me to, obviously there's going to be a little bit more risk involved, but there's also going to be more upside. And I am happy about that. Happy to see this strategy prospering at this moment in time. I'm also excited to see how it will perform in a market that's not doing so hot, because that will give me more credibility. It'll give me more confidence in my strategy. And it'll just be a great learning opportunity for me, and also for you and anybody who is watching, looking to learn. And so, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I appreciate you if you stuck around for this video. I tried to make it a little bit shorter than I make my videos normally. Tried to make it a little bit more compact. So if you appreciate that, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, anything you want to say, anything at all. I'll definitely respond. 100% guarantee. And subscribe if you want to help me out, if you want to see more content like this. Follow me on this journey. And that's all I got. Peace.